What's up, leaders? Step 2 of the positive interaction model is communicate. I know that might seem obvious. Hello, we're talking about communication. Of course, there's going to be a step in there about communication. Well, yes, it is obvious, but it's because there's so much that's overlooked about communication, and that's where a lot of problems come from. Okay, a lot of problems come from just miscommunication, and part of it is because communication, people forget that it's a two-way street, that you can't communicate purely just giving information. You have to receive. It's between me and you. It's me giving communication to you, you giving communication to me. Okay, if we're truly to communicate, it's we both understand each other's expectations, we understand each other's goals, and we understand how we both can move forward to achieve both of our goals. Okay, the best form of communication is collaboration, which means we talk about identifying each other's goals. We talk it out until we're both on the same page, and then we can move forward confidently. Okay, that's where communication really succeeds, and true leaders communicate that way. There's other ways to communicate where it's like authoritative and like, I'm telling you to do this. Or, you know, people even talk about compromise. A compromise and a collaboration are not the same. Compromise is like, I give up some of my goals, but I know you're giving up some of your goals too, so I feel okay about it. That's not collaboration. Collaboration is we both truly identify what our goals are, and then we both get it. And then we move forward together, supporting each other. Okay, that's how we need to communicate as leaders, is through that collaboration. And so what we have to do then is identify each other's expectations, identify each other's goals. And you cannot do that if you are the only one talking. So the first key about communication is to listen. Yes, to listen. You have to be able to hear them out. You have to understand what their expectation is, what their goal is, so that you can start helping them see how what you need or what you have in mind or what information you can provide will help them achieve that goal. Okay, so you have to be able to customize that to literally any situation. Whether it's a teacher and you're asking for one more day to turn in an assignment, or maybe it's a group you're working on a group project with and you need everybody to kind of pull their weight. Or maybe it's mom and dad to, you know, kind of give you some certain freedoms or anything like that. Or maybe it's to go out to eat with your friends. It could literally be anything. But you have to understand each other's goals so that you can communicate how you both can achieve those goals. Okay, so you have to listen. You have to listen. You'll never know what they want if you've never had a chance to listen, to actually hear them out. Okay, so listen. And that's truly to understand. You have that correct perspective. Because too often we say listen, and that just means to people, well, I'll just stop talking until they take a breath or until they finish their sentence, and then I'll throw out my next point. That's not communicating. It's not. You're just continuing to talk at them. Okay, so collaboration involves identifying each other's expectations, identifying each other's goals. And that's where so much success is going to come. So listen, okay? Listen to understand, not to just reply. The other half of communication is doing your best to truly simplify and communicate your goal. So yes, you have to listen for their goal, but you need to truly communicate what yours is. Okay, so there's a difference between going up to a teacher and saying, hey, can I turn in my assignment tomorrow? I know it's late, but that's when I'll turn it in. Versus actually communicating the goal of, hey, you know what, I just didn't have time to get into this assignment, but I still want to turn it in. I still want to receive credit for it. But here's the reasoning why I wasn't able to turn it in on time. And so I just want to see if I can turn it in tomorrow so I can still get those points, because that's important to me to help my grade. So I just want to see if there's options there. Okay, yes, you're not asking for something that's like good, right? You're saying you messed up, you're trying to turn something in late. Okay, that happens at times. But if you're communicating the true goal, that I want to still get credit for my work, I want to turn it in, I want to contribute, I want to do it, versus, hey, can I just turn it in tomorrow? The difference there is huge. One, you just sound lazy. Two, it's like, okay, well, you're owning up to your mistake and you want to make it right. There's a huge difference there. And so there's different ways that you can kind of customize that, whether it's you're working with your parents, you're working with a boss or whatever, but you need to identify your goal. Too often we just say what we want, like, in a very shallow form, like I just want to turn in my assignment tomorrow. But what does that actually mean? What goal are you truly trying to accomplish? That's what you need to communicate. And that's where so many fall short. They just say, can I turn in that assignment tomorrow? Or, can I just, I'll help with that portion tomorrow. It could be a bunch of different examples, but you have to explain yourself clearly. You need to take that time to communicate what your true goal is. That's when you can actually get a lot done. That's when people will be more receptive because you're being honest, you're being truthful, and you're being clear. So that way they don't have to make up the reason why you're truly asking that. That way your teacher doesn't have to decide why you're asking to turn it in tomorrow because you're telling them. Okay, so instead of just saying, hey, can I turn that in tomorrow? Explain what you truly want. And that's how you're going to be able to get more of what you want to get. Okay, so communicate, listen, and then be as clear and purposeful in what you do say as possible. That's how you're going to be able to communicate so much better. Okay, so what are some of those things that you could communicate better your true goal instead of just asking for, a very shallow thing and not communicating that goal? What can you do better communicating? Okay, I want you to share in the comments, drop a comment below, write some of those things down. But how can you take action on this? We've already talked about having fun so that their walls come down. So then how can you take advantage of that? Truly communicate with them. Communicate your goal. Listen for theirs so that you can collaborate and move forward, both of you being on the same page. Okay, think of that in that collaboration form. If I'm explaining to that teacher that, I know it's late, but I just want to contribute. I want to get the points or some points at least, and I want to still turn it in. But then you listen and you hear out their goal. Because, typically a teacher is going to say, well, the expectation for the class is that I don't accept late work. Or if you turn in something late, the points are cut in half or whatever. It might be a whole variety of things. And so instead of just giving up, then help communicate. It's like, okay, so what you're saying is I can still turn it in tomorrow. I just will lose, I'll lose 20% of the points or whatever it is that they say their rule is. And then they'll say, yeah. We have these deadlines for a reason. They'll explain what their side is. And so then you can say, okay, I totally get it. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure that I'm going to get the points and so that I can still get better. And then both of you achieved your goals. You're able to turn it in a day late. They're able to validate their rules, and then you're both able to move forward. Okay, so I know that's kind of one example out of a million, but that's where you come in. You have to customize this learning to your experiences, to the opportunities you have, to your life. And so take time to think about that. Think about tomorrow and what classes you have or what group projects you have or what assignments you have at your job, and think about how you can truly communicate your goals, your expectations better. That's going to help you so fast. You're going to see immediate results when you start doing this. I promise you that. Okay, so think about it, internalize, and take action. Okay, make your goals below. Hit us up on Slack. Let's see what ideas you guys have, and let's support each other. Okay, communicate. It's so important. I'll see you guys on the next video.